Welcome to All India Yuva Computer Saksharata Mission, a complete online computer education system. Here we are, another online session on learning Python online. In this session, we discuss some of the important functions and methods of sets. So, with some example, we will discuss it. We will open Python, and then first function is known as len function. Okay, this is len. Okay, it is an inbuilt function. It returns the length of a set. If we declare a set like this, if the value of the sets are like this, and if you want to print len function, it will return the length of the set. So, it is returned 4. You can save it. Set 5, set 6.py. Save it and run in from command prompt. You will see set 6.py. If you run that, it will return 4. How many element? The number of element is equals to the number of length of a set. Okay, so it return 4. Now we use another function within this program. It's known as add function. Indicate it with help of add. If you want to add some element within a set is, we know that, mutable. You can add element in set. Here we are, we created a set and we want to insert a element into this set. Add s dot add of, you can add 35 in it. If you add it and print it now, print s1, now you will see this 35 is added within the set. If you run this program, you will see that 35 is added, but it didn't maintain any order because set is not preserving the order. So, every element are in there. 35 is also added, but where it is added, it is not added at the last. Anywhere it can be added. Now another function which is known as update. This is an update function. Okay, we can, how can we use this update function? This is my list, this is my set, and this is another, this is a list actually. I think we have to declare, this is actually a list. Now I have to update it. This is s2, I have to update it. s2 dot update L. From this update function we pass 2 parameter. First parameter is actually the list and the second parameter is range. Second parameter is range of 5. That means it's added 0 to 4 all the numbers along with this sets, and also added this list within this set. So, it is written, if you print this one, if you print s2, you will get, we does not know the order, but you will get 5, 15, 25, then the list will add it, it is an updated value, and then the range 1, 2, 3, 4. This is actual set. This is the output set, resultant set. So we passed with the help of this update function, we passed two parameters. One is actually a list and the second one is a range. So all the number within the list, this range, all this added together into the new list, and it will into S2, and then it is printed. Save it and run it, see what will be the output. This is the output. Oh, it starts from 0 to 4. So here is another number, that is 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 means 0 to 4. Okay, it's added all the numbers within it. This is update function. Now we can use remove function. With the help of this remove function, we can delete a number. Remove of x, that means your number which you want to remove from the list. Think that S3 is equals to 5, 15, 10, 35. This is actually a actual list. You want to remove 5 from this list, 5 from this list. Okay. Now you have to print it, this is S3 actually. Now print S3, you will see that 5 is not in the set, not available in the set. If you run that, you will see there is no 5. It's have 15, it's have 10, it's have 35, but not the 5. 5 is removed from the set. So with the help of remove function, we can remove the element that we want from the list. Okay. You have another function which is known as discard function. So what is the difference between discard and remove? If the specific value, the value you want to delete is not there, then you will get a key error. If you want to remove something which is not in the set, if I want to remove, instead of 5 I want to remove 50, it will create an error. But in discard, if you want to delete something which is not in the set, which element is not available in the set, instead of giving you an error message, it will give you no key, it will not give you any key error. It will not showing anything, but it will not produce any error. This is the difference between remove and discard. With the help of discard, if you want to delete something, if you want to delete some values which is not available, it will not show any error. See it with the help of any example. I use this set. I use this set in this actual example. So I didn't want to create another set. Okay. If I want to discard it, then this discard of x. So S3 dot discard of 50 is not available within this S3. Okay. So it will not giving you any error. Now if you print the value, it will print the same value that is stored within this set. Run it, you will see it's print, but because of this it doesn't raise any error. This is the difference between remove and discard. Now the next function is pop. With the help of pop function, you can remove and return some random element from the set. It do not take any argument. Okay. If I have a set like that, S4 is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, it will delete it doesn't take any argument. In discard and in remove it takes an argument, but pop doesn't take any argument, it remove any random element. Okay. Now if you print S4, you will see all the value in it. Okay. Now if you want to pop, print S4 dot pop, actually it will delete some random element. Now print S4, you will see some of the random element, any of the element from this set it will delete. Okay. Save it and run it, you will see it and it will return the value. Which value? It's delete 40, and now we get the set. This is the actual set, it deleted because of this pop function is deleted 40, and now we have this value. Now we have this value. Okay. This is the main features of pop. Okay. There is discard, there is remove, there is pop, and another function, this is the last function that I have to discuss, that is clear. If you want to delete all the elements, then you have to use clear. Now you have S5, 10, 20, 30, this is a set. Now you print it S5, you will see all the values in it. Now if you use S dot clear, it does not take any argument, it clear all the values, you will get an empty set, or it will return nothing, or empty set, it will return nothing. It deleted, actually it not return the empty set, it deleted the element. If you want to access it again, you will get an error, because this value is not, doesn't exist right now. Okay. So that's it for this one. Now I have to move something very important, which is known as mathematical function of a set. Some of the mathematical function of set. There are 4 mathematical function, mathematical operator actually, not functions. Mathematical operator, one is union, another one is intersection, then difference, and this 3 actually we have to discuss. If we use union, what is the meaning of union? Union means all the element, you can declare this union with pipe sign, or you have to use or. Literally this is actually, with the example you will understand it better. This is actually the value 10, 20, 30, 40. This is actually the value, and y is 30, 40, 50, 60. This is the actual value. And if I want to use union operator within these 2 value, I use this operator x dot union of y. You can use it like this. Okay. This is the first process to create union, print x dot y, and the next one is print x or y. It is also indicate the union operator. Okay. What is the output? Actually the output is all the value, do not use the duplicates, all the value 10, 20, 30, 40. Order is not mandatory like this, you can find it any order, but the values are this. Okay. So union mean we can use this function to return all element present in both set. If some elements repeated, do not use it twice, you use it once. This value you used, this value are repeated, use it only one time, and then you will find these values, you will find 50 and 62. Okay. 50 and 62. So, all the element from both of the sets. Save it, set 7.py, run it from the command prompt. You will see the answer. You can use union like this, or you can use this code to execute this. Now intersection. So, it returns the common element present in both x and y. Okay, the common element present in both x and y. I use this one, this sets 2. We use this set. Now print x intersection y. You can use it like that, okay, or you can use it like print x, and this is means intersection, this is union and this is intersection. You can find the common element, that means you will find 30 and 40 only, 30 and 40 only, it will return the common element, that means 30 comma 40. We do not know what is actually the order, but it return this element. Okay, this is the example of this return all the element, do not repeat the common one twice. This means it only return the common element between these two set. Save it and run it. See this is the output. Now the difference. Okay, what will be the output? I use this one, that is it. Now if I want to print x dot, you can use y instead of x, and then you pass x diff, difference of y, or print x minus y. This is a sign of a difference. Difference means it return the element present in x but not in y. Return the element only present in x, the first set, not present, not in y. The element this 10 and 20 only present in x, not in y. So, it returned the value 10 comma 20, it is only present in the first set, not in the second set, not the common value, not the element present in y set, only the element present in x, not in y, it return that value. Okay, save it and run it from command prompt. You will see 10 and 20 only. There are another different thing which is known as skew symmetric difference, which will just the difference. It will return the element present in x and also element present in y, except the common value, it will return the all except the common value. So, if you use skew symmetric, which will we can use it skew symmetric, that means symmetric difference, symmetric difference, symmetric underscore difference, diff. You can use symmetric difference, it will return all the values from both of them. Copy this, now paste this, you can use difference, symmetric difference, or you can use cap sign. It will return 10, 20 and 50, 16. the value that are present in x and y, not or not the common values. Okay. If you save this and run it from command prompt, you will find the answer. The order is not mandatory here. So, that is it. We will finish set with this concept. So, from the next class we will discuss about dictionary. This is actually the last collection related data type. We will not discuss about bytes, bytes array, frozen sets. The uses of these things are little. So, another important connection related data type we will discuss in the next session, which is dictionary. That is it. We will finish this. We will see you in the next class. Thank you.